Good afternoon, Bangalore. I got to say, I've been doing this for a while, and this is probably one of the most active crowds I've come across. So I think you guys deserve a round of applause for yourself too. So this is amazing. And I want to thank ResellerClub too for giving us the opportunity to talk to all of you. So us being at the registry side, we don't get that many opportunities to hear on the ground feedback. And the first session that Simran did was amazing. So I can take this back, and then we can also think how better to work with our channel partners and come up with better services and products. So as Simran said, I have been in the industry for about 10 years on the domain name side, the registry side. Currently, I manage international expansion for Donuts. And before that, I was working at .org. Some of you guys know me from that point. So before I jump into the main discussion, I do want to talk about Donuts and who we are, what we do. But before that also, I want to do a show of hands, or let me know if I'm right or wrong. As web pros, your interaction with domain name purchase is limited, right? It's usually buying a new domain name to set up a new website, or it's renewing the domain name. And on one-off chances, it's probably buying an additional domain name for marketing purposes for one of your clients who wants to do a marketing campaign or a microsite. Is that pretty much correct? Show of hands? Okay. So today, we at Donuts, what we have done is we identify that, and we have built a product, more importantly, a value-added service for the channel partners like you guys, web pros, where you can use a domain name beyond just the traditional website usage. I'll get into that in a bit. So a bit about Donuts. We have been around since 2010. We have 105 employees across 4 countries. We currently have 4.1 million domains under management. We have won some of the top awards in US and around the world in terms of businesses. We right now we have acquired and we manage 241 top-level domains or TLDs. And some of them are pretty valuable. As you can see, we have sold 2 names for $500,000 each. And lastly, and most recently, about 2 weeks ago, we got a new majority partner in the form of a private equity. And I'm really excited about that. It's because the infusion of cash will help us grow much faster and much bigger. This is our TLD set. About 10 years ago, ICANN, the governing body, decided to open up the internet space. They recognized that good names in legacy TLDs are not available. And they saw a need for new extensions for all the billion-plus businesses coming online over the next 10 years. When they opened this up, they approved about 1,000 new extensions, out of which Donuts ended up buying and acquiring and managing 241 of those. What makes us different from the rest is, of course, our size. We're at 241. The next biggest is Google with 52, and then it goes down significantly. More than that, we took a different route compared to some of the other new gTLD registries. We went vertical-wise. So if you see, we have pretty deep coverage when it comes to vertical extensions. 99% we'll have a TLD for every walk of life or business you can imagine. Right from .kitchen, .restaurant, to .finance, to .cash, you name it, we might have a TLD for it. And that's what makes it interesting, and that is what allows us to do some of the things with certain aggregators or vertical sites that the others can't. So some of the examples, right? So these TLDs, there's a misconception that these TLDs don't do well and they're only for big companies or only for only for American companies. That's not true. Some of the TLDs over here, just to give you an example, they don't use these as just pure websites. You can use that as a director or a pointer too. T-Mobile.careers. T-Mobile is equivalent to Airtel or Airtel Bharti over here. They use T-Mobile.careers to do recruiting. Whenever they go on campus or whenever they want to hire more people, they use this, so there's a direct link to their career page. Apple uses apple.news as a standalone website for all their news and services. Verizon, which is again like Bharti Airtel, uses verizon.charity to do its foundation and charity work. And home.credit is actually owned by a person who runs a credit business to do financing of homes. He basically aggregates all different credits out there and gives you the best financing option. And again, it's an entrepreneur who is doing that. So we have users from Fortune 1000 companies to individual entrepreneurs. So it cuts across the space. So coming to the product that I was talking about, right? To understand where that product is coming from, we need to understand how is the landscape today. Gone are the days when you could find a business or a service by picking up a Yellow Pages book or simply going to Google and typing in the business name. It's done. Businesses and individuals both alike today are coming online through multiple different avenues. It's different aggregators. It is social media. In India, it's a lot of WhatsApp and social media too. And because of this, you need a online digital marketing strategy that complements your domain name. You have to have a website. It is one thing that you own online, and that's the only thing that forms your main basis, but you also need to have different avenues to maintain your digital identity and your brand image. And that is where we believe, when I say we, not just Donuts, but everyone else in this new GTLD space, we believe that new GTLDs help you do that, be it as your own main domain name or complementary to your legacy TLD, a .com or a .in. So this product, how many of you over here have heard about link shorteners? Can I see a show of hands, like Bitly? Okay, that's good. How many of you have actually used it? How many of you have suggested your clients to use it for their digital marketing? Interesting. Okay. So we took that. So it's not a new product, right? So we took the link shortener and we have made it better. So we bought about a year ago, we bought a company in Austin, Texas that does this for Fortune 500 companies in the world. We took their product. We bought them because they have an amazing platform to do data analytics. Link shortening is basically figuring out where your message is going, who is looking at the message, how many of them are re-forwarding or clicking it, right? So we bought that company. We took our domain name set, which are real words, right? We took that, we layered it on top of the link shorteners and made it smart links. These smart links are actual words. So instead of bit.ly/something something, these would be actual words. So something.something. So for example, the gentleman over there, I couldn't see, it's JRC properties? Yeah, so if you have JRC properties Bangalore.com, you can actually get jrc.properties / whatever your new property name is, right? Cessna Park. And then you can use that and you maintain your brand identity across every social media platform that you use, including WhatsApp. So that's what we did. Why is this important to you? Because there's one more thing we did that no one else currently does. If you go and try to buy a link shortener, you're actually paying Bitly. You're not making any money. You're actually paying them, and then you take the money from your customers. What we have done is we have taken this product and we have turned it around and made a value-added service for a registrar, reseller, and a web pro. So every time you sell one, not only are you helping your client with maintaining their digital identity and digital marketing, but you're actually making money on it. There's a revenue share or a revenue split with this. So we took something, we built on top of it, and we turned it around to make it as a value-added service for you guys. We want to make money, but at the same time, we want you to make money. Because if you don't make money, we don't make money. So that's what we did. And to validate this idea, we went out and we did a thorough survey through a third party in US. They surveyed about 1,100 applicants, and what we found was astonishing. You can get more information on this product. It's called Blink, bl.ink. It's in the packet over there. But what we found in the survey is astonishing, and I think a lot of it is true especially for the Indian market, because the Indian market is more of social media and WhatsApp first. And then once a business gets to a certain point, then they'll say, Acha bhaiya, I think now I need a website. So why wait till then? You can actually use this product to bring in a customer and then upsell your other services. So you can turn it around. So the main thesis of this was we want to see how do customers look at link shorteners, 3 types of link shorteners. One is using real words with new TLDs. The other one is using a legacy TLD, the real words combined with the gibberish that comes, the tags that come with link shorteners. And the third thing is traditional bit.ly link shorteners. And we did this across 7 different scenarios. I'm going to touch upon some of the high-level, big scenarios that are true for the Indian market and probably for you guys. So let's see. So this is key finding, right? 60 to 80% of the respondents preferred link shorteners that actually meant something. It makes sense. Like when you are online, there are so many phishing attacks, so many link shorteners, you don't realize what that link is, where it's going to take you. But if it tells you exactly what it is, jrc.properties/Bombay, you know it's JRC company and it's all their properties in Bombay, right? So that kind of first and foremost gives you a sense of confidence, knowing where you're going, what you're going to probably see. So the first type of test we did was a generic online ad by a very well-known brand name where they are trying to sell a pair of jeans. So Express is like Levi's in US, and they were running a campaign for their new jackets. So the 3 links you see over here, there's express.denim/jackets, then there is express.com, which is their main website, /women's clothing. It takes you through the whole process or path flow of where it sits, and then there is the bit.ly. 62% of respondents preferred the one that is shorter and which actually tells you what it is. So that was for a well-known brand. You can understand, people know that brand, so they are more comfortable. But the findings were similar, very similar for an unknown brand also. And this is for something, it's a jewelry company, actual jewelry company based out of, I think, Texas, where they were giving out a free watch for people who are actually taking part in their sale. So whenever you see free, you're like, yeah, is this actually true? I mean, is it going to be clickbait? What is it, right? But same thing, about 60% of them were more comfortable clicking on the link that actually tells you what it is, as opposed to the others. And by the way, these are actual respondents with live cases. Viewing email from friends. How many of you do email marketing or tell your customers to do email marketing over here? Yeah. So this is again, right? So if you send an email to your friend saying, hey, check this out, I found a deal for you, and you just put in a link. And if it's a long gibberish link, how many of our friends might call you or WhatsApp you saying that, hey, did you send this to me? And is this actually something that's good, or is it not you, or is it malware? How many of you think that would happen? Yeah. So we did that again. And again, same thing. If the link tells you what it is, they are much more comfortable clicking on it. Same thing with job postings, social media. Right nowadays, you have so many, most of the entries come from social media. You're going to start putting your opportunities, your products first on social media. So again, same thing. If your customer's link tells you what's happening, the more chances of that being actually opened and converted. This one was an interesting one. I don't know how many of you are actually working on voice-enabled devices and giving services to your customers. There's a big trend, and I think that's true in India too. I was reading a report on Geo where people are actually speaking into the phone to write text or emails or finding something online. And same thing in the US where these smart devices, smart speakers, right? Now they're coming to a point where you can speak into the speaker telling them, hey, take me to this website. Now, if you're going to try and find a redirect using the bit.ly, you're not going to, I mean, there's no way you can speak that into a smart device. But if you have amazon.kitchen/Eugene, which actually you can try out on your Amazon Alexa or on your Google Home, this actually works. So This product cuts across almost every scenario that your customer is going to come across in this digital marketing age. This is good for you because you can upsell this as an add-on. Simran was talking about, hey, just don't think about website and hosting. Think about what more you can do. Gentleman over there was talking about these guys, our customers don't understand what needs to be done, how it needs to be done. So be thought leaders. You are already thought leaders in the web pro business. I think the next mile where people need help is being identified, maintaining their identification, maintaining their brand online. And I think the next step for you guys would be to enter into the digital marketing space, helping these guys out. This is a great way to do this. If you're a business or an individual online trying to do any sort of conversion or trying to do any sort of connections or sale, link shorteners is a great tool you should go with or think about it, at least consider it. This was a quick snapshot. I'm more than happy to, we have a white paper that has been detailed out. I would be more than happy to share the white paper with you so that you can go through what the learnings were and how you can actually implement this in your flow. And I'm more than happy to take questions after this or right now if you want to know more about how to do this. We are in beta right now. You can still go on bl.ink, go through the process, have your own account. There's a free domain also, but we are in the beta. By October, we are going to reach out to ResellerClub, Endurance, GoDaddy, and all of those guys to get this integrated into their flow. So this is a live product. So yeah. Any questions?
Yeah, one of the, when we go to our customers, one of the fundamental questions they ask, now there are different types of customers, first of all. We simply cannot say a blanket one customer.
Correct.
And when we talk about a little high profile customer, and they say, okay, the website is good, it's just a normal website, but how does it really enhance our market? They look at how does it enhance. They're just simply not looking at a profile on the internet space. And what I saw is something like this, where they could actually have, they have various brands, sub-brands in their organizations, various products. And using just a simple website would dilute their product. You say, okay, go to this product, go to this. Whereas they could actually have a more they could target the marketing just by using this rather than, you know, the company name dot this. They could actually directly do that.
Yeah,
and from my point of view, what I'm looking at is, okay, this would be a value add for me. I can go and tell my customer, look, you just simply don't have a domain. You can actually coordinate with us and then take your marketing forward. We could actually do something like that. So I was looking from your side, is there something like sales, this thing where I could, when I go to the customer, I could say, okay, this is how it works, rather than this, that.
Yeah, and so a good example is, let's say you have a customer who is, who primarily sells on Flipkart, right? And he has a product, and he's the first one to the market that has gotten this product, but he wants to go beyond the Flipkart platform. He still wants to sell through Flipkart, but he wants to drive more volume over there. What I've seen people do over here is WhatsApp, Instagram, and through influencers, and social Facebook. Those are the three main avenues where people try to get their potential customers or current customers to the Flipkart area, right? Over here, you can go to your customer and tell him, okay, this is where your product resides. Instead of trying to tell people to go to Flipkart and search for your product, why don't you get your pointer, Blink domain name pointer with exact direction to where it is. You don't, like, you just tie it to that, and then you blast it out through all the channels you have. Not only is it a direct pointer, this allows you to look at how many people you sent, how many people opened it, how many people actually clicked on it and went ahead, how many people re-forwarded it. So you come to know how effective your marketing is. It's not, okay, it's done, let's see, fingers crossed if it goes. So yes, to your point, even if they don't have a domain name, even if they don't have their own website and they are primarily working off Flipkart or Facebook for business or WhatsApp for business, you can still build your own brand and manage that brand through this. So.
Oh, yeah, hi Anand. Yeah.
Oh, hi.
So this might be a very basic question, but still I want to hear this from you.
Yeah.
When we choose a domain name, our favorite domain do not remains available in .com, but it remains available in .in.
Yeah.
Now I have asked multiple experts, all have different opinion, but what you will suggest, how far does it make a difference to have a .com or .in domain? If I'm getting my favorite domain in .in and not in .com, will it create a huge difference, or it is okay to go ahead? What's your opinion on this?
So while it's a multiple part answer to this, I believe getting the right domain is one part, building out the domain and how you use it is another part. And I would also say that if you do not find your domain name in .com, expand your search beyond just .com or .in. There are other TLDs that you can look at. And it also depends if you're global or local. If you're local and you're getting that same SLD in .in, I would take it. But if you're looking to be global, then I would say you still safeguard the .in just in case no one else gets it. But then you look at other TLDs. So give me an example of the name you might look at and .com is not available.
So I opted for something like movies calendar, which was the domain which I was looking for, and I was not getting exactly the calendar actual spelling. I had to twist it.
Yeah.
So maybe something like that means
that's a great example. So if moviescalendar.com is not available, you can do a play with words. There's .movies. You can do calendar.movies. You can try to do that. Okay. Or you can look at a .net or a .in based on what your business is.
Okay. But it is always better to go ahead with .com, you're saying. Yeah.
I would disagree. We've built a business on new TLDs, pretty successful business. In 4 years, we have 4.1 million domains. So I would disagree with that.
I think I actually want to add something to that, right? I think this perception of .com, .net is very, very prevalent in India. If you look at other markets, right, especially look at Europe, look at even Southeast Asia, they prefer their CCTLDs over a .com. So if you go to the UK, you'll see a lot of their websites .co.uk. You go to the Netherlands, it's always .de. You go to Greece, it's always com.gr. So .in is definitely not a bad option. World over, this perception does not exist. It's a very Indian phenomena. And in fact, to Anand's point, I think a lot of these new GTLDs are being picked up by the global audience. Right? In the US, we saw all those examples. There are a lot of .careers, .credit. It's picking up the world over. So I think it's just the Indian mindset that is still stuck on a .com, .in. Oh. And it's definitely not a bad option.
Okay, thanks.
And Apple launched its new phone. If you check out Twitter, they've been trying to promote an experience on the new phone. It's experience.apple. This is the first time Apple's moved away from using apple.com. So I think it's not, and as Simran said, expand your search. You will probably find that you'll end up spending less SEO money if you have the exact match, but in a different TLD rather than sticking to changing your SLD to get .com.
Thanks.
Sorry? So yeah, agreed. Pricing can be a factor for that. New TLDs have recognized that, and we have started adjusting our pricing based on the region. So if you go to any, you'll see the pricing difference across the board because we understand what each market dynamics is, right? It's similar to Surf Excel. They came out with the pricing for India. They reduced the packaging. So it's addressing the market, and we have addressed that. So if you go to ResellerClub, Big Rock, GoDaddy right now, India site, you'll see that our pricing is in line with the Indian market.
Thank you.
Cool.
Okay, so yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so
This is
much,
amazing.
Anand.
Thank you so much.